Please introduce yourself.
My name is Sudatta Panigrahi and I have completed my graduation from SVA National Institute of Law, and thereafter I'm preparing for judicial services. My hobbies are mandala art making and cooking.
Your your hobbies are painting and
Cooking.
हम्म, voice study clear होगी.
What are your
Uh,
hobbies?
my is mandala art making and cooking.
Mandala art painting and
Cooking.
cooking. Acha, cooking. Okay, okay.
How cooking can be a hobby? That is your natural daily work. So what is the difference between this hobby and our daily work?
No, no, cooking is nowadays very
Sir, actually, I enjoy to cook. Apart from a daily cooking activity, I also like to engage myself in trying out different dish and making it.
You want to compete in the master chef?
No,
No.
So
What is your favorite subject in law?
I am a little bit inclined towards criminal law.
What? Shubhuni mate line.
Towards criminal law.
Criminal law. Acha, okay.
Sorry, ma'am.
आपण बघायचं त्याचा
is it tell me, suppose one of your friend from America, she wants to know that you give five cuisines which are totally based on the Odissi culture. So what five items you will
Um,
suggest?
Pokhalo first, and then pitha. And if I will be visiting my place, that is Keonjhar. Here we have famous Nodia Kora, and we can also try give her some chena jili. I'll do all this kind of things.
So chakuli pitha,
ପିଠା କହିଛି ସେ
chakuli pitha, ଆମର ମଣ୍ଡା pitha.
ପିଠା ପିଠା
Every
ଡାଲମା ସନ୍ତୁଳା
bit.
Okay, okay, okay. So how many districts are there in our state?
So at present 24 or something. I forgot.
Okay. So how many types of courts are there in our country? Basic
A
on the
bit.
subject. Basic on the subject. I'm not asking on hierarchy basis. On subject wise, what are the three main courts?
The subject wise, if we go, then it is Supreme Court, the higher courts, and the district courts.
I am interested to know about the subject, like criminal court. All criminal cases
Okay.
are there. So like that, the other two types of courts are there.
Um, I'm sorry, sir. I'm unable to get this
Districts
question.
are there.
S- Okay, in that sense, then it is a sessions court. Then we have a judicial magistrate first class, judicial magistrate second class, and the executive
Two
magistrate.
types of court.
Okay.
Subject wise,
Si-
main
Subject wise, it will civil court and the
civil court and revenue court.
revenue courts.
Okay, uh, what is the difference between the act and rule?
Act is basically a, a sub portion of a particular section. Say for example, like we have the Limitation Act, which is specifically designed to provide the limitation period. Whereas if we talk about rule, that is given under Civil Procedure Code, like the orders are they are the explanation of the orders that is there, the further elaboration of the orders.
Okay, the Act requires the majority consent in our Parliament, and after that it is approved by the final consent is given by the President.
Yes.
Then only it can become an act.
Okay.
So likewise, what are the provisions for rules?
Rules can be
Who makes the rules?
High Court can make rules. He can amend and he can make rules if he wants.
Can government make rules?
Um, I'm not aware about this thing.
Now, respective governments also they can make rules.
Can
Okay. So, suppose there is on a proper cause of action, the
mm,
central law and the state law,
mm.
that collide. Then which law will prevail?
The central law will prevail.
Okay. Under which article of our constitution it is enacted?
So I'm unable to recall the exact article number.
Suppose you retire as the judge of the Supreme Court.
Mm.
After that, you want to your practice in the Supreme Court and other high courts. Are you permitted?
Yes, it is allowed. I don't remember the exact article, but yes, it is allowed.
It is 220.
220. Sorry, sir.
The Supreme Court judge is not permitted
But High Court
to
judges can.
participate in any court of India, and High
Okay.
Court judges are presidents of their own court from which
Oh God.
he goes to retirement. He can practice in other high courts, but not in the particular high court where he has the branch.
Working.
What is the difference between the robbery and dacoity?
Dacoit is basically done by more by 10 or more persons, whereas robbery it includes both this robbery basically includes when theft and extortion. When theft while carrying away the property, if there is a there is an instant fear, death, or of grievous hurt, then that amounts to robbery. In case of extortion becomes robbery when there is an instant fear of death, grievous hurt, and wrongful restraint or wrongful confinement. When that robbery is done by 10 or more person, it amounts to dacoity.
What offenses is committed by cheat fund, by cheating the public money?
Offense, ma'am, exactly. I
Misappropriation of the money.
okay.
Okay. Acha. What is the difference in legal position between 304B IPC and 306 IPC in respect of 113B of the Evidence Act?
Um, 304B talks about the dowry death that soon before her marriage, if she has been subjected to cruelty for the demand of dowry, that will amount to dowry death. And the in context to Indian Evidence Act, it is a shall presumption that the death is caused with by the relatives and all. But in context to Section 306, I am unable to recall at this moment.
Mm, Acha. What is the difference between the 304A IPC and 304B IPC? What is 304A?
Uh, Abatement of suicide.
304A.
304A talks about uh, rash and negligent act,
Right.
and 304B talks about dowry death. There is an intention, there is lack of intention and knowledge in case of rash and negligent act. But here there is a intention. I mean, it's presumed that there is an intention that the death is caused of that woman in her marriage, in context to demand of dowry.
If a person entered to your office,
Mm.
trespassed your office, threw away your books, and abused in obscene language, what offense committed by you?
There's a particular offense, ma'am, but I'm unable to recall the exact
Okay.
offense.
What is section 201 IPC?
No, ma'am.
Don't know.
Um, no.
Right to disappear the evidence is generally held in the dowry death case. After burning the
Mm.
dead body, they disappeared the. Okay.
Mm.
Then is section 377 IPC is totally abolished?
No, it is not completely abolished.
Hmm.
Only it has the one that is regarding to the bestiality and other things that was there. That is still that was decriminalized. However, the same-sex union is not decriminalized.
If a person slaps you, which hurt you, what offense he has committed?
319
323, 326
uh,
you have.
voluntary.
What is
Uh,
326 IPC?
no, ma'am. Unable to recall.
Sure. Acha. Tell me, a boy aged about 14 years committed a crime. Where he will be tried?
As per Section 27 of Criminal Procedure Code, it can be tried by the Chief Judicial Magistrate or under the Children's Act.
And in which court? In the general court?
No, there is a special court with
Juvenile
regard to it.
Justice Court.
Juvenile Justice Code.
Juvenile
Yes.
Justice Act. You heard about the Nirbhaya case?
Yes.
Heard about the Nirbhaya case?
Yes,
The
ma'am.
youngest one was tried under the Juvenile Justice Court. Had it?
Yes. Yes.
Okay. Transporting illicit liquor inside the state of Odisha. Which offense is committed?
I am not aware about this thing.
Okay. What is the difference between the regular bail and anticipatory bail?
Regular bail is granted under Section 437 of the Criminal Procedure Code, in which the bail is granted after he is arrested. Seeing the facts and circumstances, it is subjected to discretion of the honorable magistrate and of the court. Whereas in anticipatory bail, it is a pre-arrest bail, which is granted under Section 438 of the Criminal Procedure Code. Again, it is subjected to discretion of the Honorable Sessions Court and the High Court.
In which cases a judgment can be pronounced in absence of an accused?
Um, Generally, there is a particular provision that I am unable to recall, but ma'am, in high profile cases, where in a particular in a very recent one, when the Ram Rahim case, where the judge he went inside the court to pronounce the judgment, that will in that case it was done. Exact provision I don't remember.
In a murder case, the judge found four of the accused is guilty of the offense. One accused is absent. Can the said judgment be pronounced in absence of one accused?
Yes, it can be.
in absence of that accused? No, that is not the procedure. That is the
Okay.
procedure to split up the record and pronounce the judgment
On three
against
in
the
this.
accused and kept the judgment in seal cover for other accused to be
Uh,
produced in court. What is a warrant?
Warrant is basically issued in those cases where the punishment is death, life imprisonment, or 2 years or more.
Acha. What is a cognizable offense?
Cognizable offense is discussed under Section 2C of the Criminal Procedure Code. It says that a police officer can arrest without warrant or those offences which are shown cognizable in the first schedule of the code.
When magistrate applies 156.3 clause 3 CRPC.
It is basically when the police officer is refusing to register an FIR. It's a pre-cognizant stage where he can order that, where he finds that there is a material evidence and he wants that the registration of FIR in those cases.
What do you mean by police remand?
A police remand is basically given for a period of first 15 days when the investigation is not completed in 24 hours. In the first 15 days, he can be given police remand. That is, he is under police custody.
What is a complaint?
Complaint is an oral allegation, an allegation that is made before the magistrate that a known or unknown person has committed an offence against him.
A collector has committed a crime while discharging
Hmm.
his duty.
Hmm.
Can he be if he is if he is charged under which procedure?
Um, Particularly, a sanction has to be taken if he is discharging his public because he is in his
Under
duty.
which section? Sanction is required under which section? 197 CRPC. Okay,
197.
okay. Tell me, what is a pleading?
Pleading includes both written statement and plaint.
Acha. What is a counterclaim?
Counterclaim is discussed under Order 8, Rule 6A, wherein a plaintiff, if he is having any, wherein a defendant is having a claim against the plaintiff, in that case he brings a counterclaim against that defendant, against that plaintiff.
When a receiver is appointed, under which section?
Re-
Which order?
uh, Order 40 of Civil Procedure Code, a receiver is appointed for it is a very harsh remedy. It's meant for the protection and preservation of the property which is in dispute. In those cases, he is appointed.
When an order of injunction passed by the court is violated by the defendant, under which procedure the defendant will approach the court? Violation of the injunction order.
I remember that now I'm
Rule
unable.
4. Okay.
Rule method. Okay.
Okay.
Okay, ma'am.
What is a substitution?
Substitution of plaintiff and defendant can be done in case where for the interest of the justice it is done. The parties are substituted in the place.
What is that?
Parties are substituted like plaintiff is
When substituted?
for the interest of the justice.
That apart, if one of the plaintiff died, how the suit will run?
If the legal representative.
Solicitor. Okay.
Okay,
Sir,
sorry.
what do you mean by res judicata?
Res judicata is discussed under Section 11 of the Civil Procedure Code. It says that when a matter is already decided by the court of competent jurisdiction in between the same parties with respect to the same title, then it becomes res judicata.
What is Order 5, Rule 20 CPC?
No, ma'am. Understand.
When a summon is treated to be sufficient,
when it is when it is uh, present given to the defendant and no ma'am.
What is ex parte decree?
Ex parte decree can be passed when the defendant is not appearing uh, despite repeated summons are sent based on the interest of the justice if the and the discretion of the honorable court. If he wants, an ex parte order can be passed.
Can a Hindu widow adopt a child, male child, under Hindu Adoption and Maintenance Act?
Yes,
Yes. What is the procedure?
in the
You
widow,
have
I have never
finished.
come.
You have not gone through this section. Acha. Okay. Mm, what is the right of daughter as per the Amended Act of 2005, Hindu Succession Act?
Uh, now the daughter has equal right and liability, and also she is treated as the co-partner of the property.
What do you mean by co-partner?
Co-partner is basically a narrow concept. It's earlier it was restricted to four generations of male. However, now daughter is also taken into account.
Four na three? Three lineage.
Three generations, three lineage.
Okay. Uh, what is a voidable contract?
Voidable contract is not void, which is
Not
not
void.
void. The exact one,
Okay.
exact one, I'm unable to bring.
In a Hindu marriage, the girl is aged about 15 years. What is the marriage? Is it valid?
Mm. As such, it is not completely declared in the act that whether it is a valid void or a voidable marriage.
What is that? What is that word called? Voidable marriage. When
Okay,
can
but
when can it be legalized?
uh, on
In which article Legal Services Authority Act is enacted? Article of
no,
Indian
ma'am.
Constitution. Go through that. Go through that. It is an important question. ପ୍ରାୟ ଲିଗାଲ ସର୍ଭିସ ଆଉ ଇଏଟା ପଚାର what is ଲୋକ ଅଦାଲତ?
Lok Adalat is basically constituted to avoid the watertight compartment rule that is in the district that is in the district courts and the other court procedure. It kind of helps to dispense the case in a early process. For example, the bank related matters, whatever is dealt in the Lok Adalat, for speedy disposal of the case.
ମେନ୍ ପର୍ପଜ ଜଷ୍ଟିସ୍ ଆଟ୍ ଦି ଡୋର ଟି କେହି କହୁନାହାନ୍ତି ଲୋକ ଅଦାଲତରେ ଜଷ୍ଟିସ୍ ଆଟ୍ ଦି ଡୋର ଆମେ ଗାଁ ଗାଁ ବୁଲିକିରି ଯାଇକି ତାଙ୍କର ଜଷ୍ଟିସ୍ ଦେଇକି ଆସିବା ସେଟା ସେମାନେ
Sorry.
ଓକେ what is the recent verdict of the Supreme Court on Article 370?
The recent verdict is that Honorable Supreme Court he kind of recognized that the 370 article is valid, and the decision that is was taken by the president is also valid as per the constitutional norms.
Okay, sir, ପଚାରନ୍ତୁ ହେଇଗଲା
What is the role of Advocate General?
rule of advocate general.
Sir, I'm sorry, sir, but I can I try. It's his role is basically on the High Court's advisory committee or something. Sorry, sir.
Who is Advocate General Commissioner?
I'm not, no idea, sir.
ପଚାରିଲେ ମୁଁ chief justice କହିଦେବି who is the chief justice of Odisha High Court now?
Honorable Justice B.R. Sarangi.
Commissioner in Supreme Court?
Honorable Justice D.Y. Chandrachud.
How how
Ashok Kumar Parija is
AG?
the Advocate General of Odisha.
I'm sorry.
What is the strength of judges in our Odisha High Court?
No, sir.
The 33, 24 permanent and 9 temporary. So, uh, how how a case is filed?
In a civil matter,
Uh, yes, you, yes, you may say it, in civil matter. How a case is filed?
and basically in a civil matter, the beginning of this case, the beginning is done by presentation of a plaint. In case of a criminal matter, it is done when an FIR is lost.
Regarding jurisdiction of the civil court,
Jurisdiction, yes, it says that court to try all the civil suits except when it is expressly or impliedly bar. And if we have to see that whether the suit is coming under this bar or not, like whether it is having the territorial limits or the subject matter one or the pecuniary limits. If it is not in violation with the subject matter, the court is not having the subject matter jurisdiction, then the decision that is given is absolutely null and void. With respect to other, it is an irregular exercise of jurisdiction.
if a money claim of more than 1 crore, where the suit will be filed? At
Uh,
Bhubaneswar. In which court?
I know the answer, but unable to
Pecuniary jurisdiction.
pecuniary jurisdiction.
You only
Okay.
told about territorial jurisdiction. There is also a pecuniary.
Uh,
Accordingly, civil judge junior division or civil judge senior division.
senior division.
Can I file a criminal case?
Yes.
Suppose I am, uh, I was doing my cycle. Somebody has given me a blow. I fell down on the road. I was injured. So I want to file a case against the person who has hurt me. Can I file the case?
So you were going on the road and
Pardon?
What is
so,
the case of teacher? You are going on the road. Somebody dealt a push from behind. So he fell down.
mm, yes, he can
Injured also.
bring.
Yes.
Yes.
Then which court I will approach?
First of all, we have to approach to the police. We will register an FIR on that extent, and then when the case will be forwarded, then that will be designated to the respective court.
Okay. So only police can only file the criminal case.
Now, if we want, then we can also approach to the magistrate under section 200 of the Criminal Procedure Code.
Complete this.
Then our secretariat has Odisha secretariat name has been changed. So what is
Okay.
that change name?
Likenil.
So for every matter, we have to go to the
Secretary.
secretary. All the secretaries, different departments are meeting there.
Loka Ayukt.
Lokaseva, Lokaseva. Okay. So, uh, 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 what is the difference between the review, revision, and appeal.
Appeal is generally a wider term. It is again, if it is provided in the statute, then we can go for an appeal. And a review is done by the same court. If there is any judgmental error which needs some kind of correction and there is no right of appeal, in that case, he can go. And revision is basically done in those cases where there is lack of jurisdiction. So, higher court can see that whether this court has exercised or exceeded or has not just not exercised his jurisdiction. In those cases, he can go for it.
Can you name what is your home district?
Keonjhar.
Keonjhar.
Yes.
Keonjhar. So, can you name four important our tourism sites?
Hmm.
Uh,
We have Ma Ghatanga Tarini. We have a very nice waterfall, Bado Ghagra and Sanu Ghagra. And we also have other Murga Mahadev Mandir, which is very famous. And also for other scenic beauty, it is a very good place to visit.
okay. What is the difference? What is the distance from Keonjhar to Bhubaneswar by road?
It's 250 kilometer.
Okay. So, what are our coastal districts of Odisha?
And, Puri
Can you
is
tell
one.
in the map of Odisha? You can which is facing the sea is coastal.
Puri,
Okay.
and one is Baleswar,
Okay.
mm, and others. No, sir.
Jagatsinghpur is there
Jagat Singh. Okay.
and Ganjam is there.
Sorry, sir.
Okay. Okay.
Can you define Iddat period of the Muslim divorced women? What is Iddat period?
That period is basically a very nice measure that is taken by the Muslims to determine that whether the lady who is either whose husband is dead or divorced, whether there is a child in her womb or not. In order to determine that, she has to undergo that period. In case of death, it is 4 months, 10 days.
Okay. Okay.
Okay, bye.
So, ତମର ଏକ୍ସପ୍ରେସନ ବହୁତ ଭଲ ହଉଛି ବହୁତ ଏକ୍ସପ୍ରେସନ ବହୁତ ଭଲ ହଉଛି କିନ୍ତୁ ତମେ ଟିକେ କନଫିଡେଣ୍ଟ ହୁଅ କେତେବେଳେ ଜାଗାରେ ତୁମେ ମାନେ ସିଓର ନୁହଁ କିନ୍ତୁ ଦେଇଦେଲ ଭୁଲ ଉତ୍ତର ଦେଲ
ସିଓର ହବା ଭିତରେ କ୍ରିମିନାଲ ତମର ସବୁବେଳେ କ୍ରିମିନାଲ ଟିକେ ପୋଚ ହେଇଯାଉଛି ଆଉ ଟିକେ ଦେଖିଦିଅ ସିଆରପିସି ହେରିକା ହେଲା ସିଆରପିସି ଅଫେନ୍ସ ଗୁଡା ଟିକେ ଦେଖିଦିଅ ପୁରା ମୂଳକୁ ଶେଷ ଯାଏ ଅଫେନ୍ସ ଗଡେଇ ଦିଅ ହେଲା
କେବେ ଅଛି ଇଣ୍ଟରଭ୍ୟୁ
20th.
ଆଚ୍ଛା wish you success
Thank you, ma'am. मैम जीके पोर्शन में मैम जहाँ कले मने रहुनी मतलब बेसी
ସେଇଠି ମନେ ପଡିଯିବ ନର୍ଭସ ହୁଅନି ବଢିଆ କହୁଛ ତମର କହିବାର ଷ୍ଟାଇଲ ଟା ବହୁତ ଭଲ ମାନେ ଏକ୍ସପ୍ରେସନ ଇଏ ଭେରି ଗୁଡ ଯେତେ ପିଲା ଆସିଲେ ଏକ୍ସପ୍ରେସନ ଟା ବହୁତ ବଢିଆ ସେ ଟିକେ ନର୍ଭସ ହଉଛନ୍ତି ଜାଣିପାରୁଛି ଓକେ ଆଇପିସି ର ସେକ୍ସନ ଟିକେ ଭଲରେ ଦେଖିବ
ठीक है मैम नमस्कार
thank you
नमस्कार सर
କନଫିଡେଣ୍ଟ ରୁହନ୍ତୁ ହେଲା
ଆଜ୍ଞା ମ୍ୟାମ୍
ଇଏ ନାଇଁ ଇଏ ବହୁତ ବଢିଆ ଯଦି ଆପଣଙ୍କ ଭଳି ଗୋଟେ ନର୍ଭସ ନର୍ଭସ ହେଇଥିଲା ମେ ବି ତାହେଲେ ଆହୁରି ଆନ୍ସର ସେ ଜାଣିଛି କିଛିଟା ଦେଇପାରିଲେନି ଶୁଣନ୍ତୁ
ଜର ଫର ହେଇଛି କି ଦେହ ଫେହ ଖରାପ ହେଇଛି କି ତାର ଟିକେ ଟେନସନ ନେଇଯାଉଛି